The village of Ameuna was beautiful. Tall green trees surrounded it. Fresh water flowed through small streams. Birds sang every morning. From far away, the village looked peaceful and perfect. But the people who lived there were not kind. Everyone minded only their own business. If someone fell on the road, nobody helped. If someone was hungry, nobody shared food. Strangers were treated badly. Even neighbors did not care for one another. There was no love in Ameuna. But in that same village lived a young girl named Uru. She was in her early 20s. She lived with her mother in a small mud house at the edge of the village. Her father had died many years ago, so it was just the two of them. They were poor, very poor. Sometimes they ate twice a day, sometimes only once. But Uru's mother always told her, "We may be poor, but we must never be wicked. Kindness is our true wealth." From the age of 15, Uru started selling vegetables in the market: pepper, tomatoes, onions, leafy greens. It was not a big stall, but it helped them survive. Uru had a soft heart. She smiled at everyone. She greeted people politely. She even helped customers carry their things. But the people of Ameuna took advantage of her kindness. Some would buy from her and refuse to pay. Some would say, "I'll bring the money tomorrow," and never return. Some sent their children to collect items, and then pretended to forget. If Uru asked for her money, they insulted her. "Why are you shouting? Are you the only seller in the market? Poor girl, be quiet." Every evening she returned home tired and sad. Her mother would listen and then say softly, "My daughter, don't let wicked people change your heart. The gods are watching. One day, your kindness will save you." Uru always nodded, even when she didn't understand. One morning, the sun was extremely hot. Uru carried a basket of vegetables on her head and walked toward the market. Dust filled the air. The road was quiet. As she reached a lonely part of the road, she saw something. An old woman sat by the roadside. Her clothes were torn. Her feet were bleeding. She looked weak and tired. Many people had passed her. No one stopped. Uru's heart moved with pity. She quickly dropped her basket and ran to the woman. "Good afternoon, Mama," she said gently. "What happened to you?" The old woman lifted her head slowly. "My daughter, I fell and hurt myself. I am very thirsty." Immediately Uru opened her basket. She brought out a bottle of water. She cleaned the woman's wound and tied it with a clean cloth. Then she gave her water to drink. The woman drank slowly. "Thank you, my daughter," she said. Uru helped her sit comfortably. "Should I help you walk home?" Uru asked. The old woman shook her head. "My son will come for me. Go to the market, my daughter." "Thank you." Uru smiled and continued her journey. She did not know that this small act of kindness would change her life forever. The market was busy and noisy. Traders shouted. Children ran around. Women argued over prices. Uru sat quietly at her small stall and arranged her vegetables. She prayed silently. "God, please let me sell enough today so my mother and I can eat." Around midday, loud shouting started at the other side of the market. "Thief, shameless old woman, leave this place." Uru's heart jumped. She ran toward the noise. When she pushed through the crowd, she froze. It was the same old woman from the roadside. She sat on the ground, shaking. Some women held sticks. Others shouted at her. Uru quickly rushed forward. "Mama, what happened?" one trader shouted angrily. "She came to buy food but had no money. She begged to pay later. We don't sell on credit here." Another woman added, "People like her will steal and pretend they didn't." The crowd became louder. Uru felt pain in her chest. She stepped forward. "It's okay," she said softly. "I will pay for her." The women stared at her. "You again?" one mocked. "You always put your head in other people's matters." Uru ignored them. "How much is it?" she asked. 120 naira, the trader replied. Uru went back to her stall. She took the little money she had made that morning. She returned and handed it over. "Please take it," she said. "Let this matter end." The trader collected the money and walked away. The crowd slowly dispersed, still murmuring. Uru helped the old woman stand. "Come and sit in my stall," she said kindly. The old woman looked at her with grateful eyes. "May your kindness never go unnoticed," she whispered. After resting, the old woman reached into her old bag. She pulled out something. It was a single old shoe. The leather was cracked. The color had faded. It looked useless. "Take this," the old woman said. "It carries blessings for a kind heart." Uru was surprised. What would she do with one old shoe? "Mama, you don't have to give me anything," she said gently. But the market women burst into laughter. "Look at the gift! One old shoe! This girl is foolish!" They laughed loudly. Uru felt embarrassed, but when she looked into the old woman's eyes, she saw sincerity. Slowly she accepted the shoe. "Thank you, Mama," she said quietly. The laughter grew louder, but Uru said nothing. She simply returned to her stall and continued her day. She did not know that accepting that old shoe would open the door to her destiny. Days turned into weeks. Every morning, Uru went to the market with her basket on her head. And almost every morning, the old woman, whom she now called Mama, came to sit with her. Mama would greet her with a warm smile. "Good morning, my daughter," Uru would always reply with joy. "Good morning, Mama. Sit here and rest." The two of them slowly became close. Sometimes Mama helped arrange the tomatoes and peppers. Sometimes she just sat quietly and watched people pass by. And sometimes she told Uru stories about life, patience, and kindness. Whenever Uru needed to run an errand, she trusted Mama to watch her stall. "Please watch my goods. I'll be back soon," Uru would say. "Go, my daughter." "I am here," Mama would reply gently. Something strange began to happen. On the days Mama stayed at the stall, customers came in plenty. People who never bought from Uru before suddenly stopped by. Some bought many items. Some paid without arguing. Most days, Uru sold everything. Her business slowly improved. But the other market women noticed. "What is your secret?" one asked. "Since when did your market start selling like this?" Another added. Uru only smiled. She didn't know what to say. All she knew was that since Mama came into her life, things began to change. Still, the gossip did not stop. "Look at her," some women whispered. "She has adopted that old woman like her mother. Maybe she has forgotten her real mother at home." Some laughed openly whenever Mama was around. Uru heard everything. She pretended not to care, but deep inside, it hurt. She wondered why kindness always brought gossip instead of respect. Still, she did not change. Then one day, something happened. Mama did not come to the market. At first, Uru thought maybe she was late. She kept looking at the road. But morning passed, then noon, then evening. Mama did not come. The next day, Uru waited again. Still, Mama did not come. By the third day, worry filled her heart. "Mama has never missed a day," she whispered to herself. The market women noticed too. "So your Mama did not come today?" one woman said with a laugh. "Maybe she is sick," another joked. "Or maybe she has died," someone else added carelessly. Uru felt pain in her chest. She hated the way they spoke so lightly about someone's life. She did not answer them. All through the day she could not concentrate. She made very little sales. Her mind was full of worry. That evening, when she packed her things to go home, she made a decision. "If Mama does not come tomorrow, I will go and look for her." The next day came. Mama still did not appear. After closing her stall early, Uru began asking people if they had seen the old woman. "Do you know where Mama lives?" she asked traders. "Have you seen the old woman who comes here daily?" she asked passers-by. But no one knew, and worse, no one seemed to care. "That old woman?" Someone said, "Maybe she is dead." Another laughed. "She has probably gone back to wherever she came from." Uru felt tears fill her eyes. She walked home slowly that day. At home, her mother noticed her sadness. "My daughter, what is wrong?" she asked. Uru explained everything. Her mother listened quietly. "Maybe her son has come to take care of her," her mother said gently. "That is possible too." Uru nodded. Yes, it was possible. That night she prayed softly before sleeping. "Please, let Mama be safe," she whispered. For many days she kept hoping. Then one morning, while arranging her goods at the market, something strange happened. The market suddenly became quiet. Traders stopped talking. Some stood up. Others turned to look toward the entrance. A well-dressed woman was walking into the market. She wore clean, expensive clothes. Her jewelry shone in the sunlight. She walked with confidence. People stared. As the woman came closer, Uru looked up. Her heart skipped. It was Mama, but she looked completely different. Uru dropped the pepper she was holding and ran toward her. "Mama!" she cried. She hugged her tightly. "I was so worried. I thought something bad happened to you." Mama smiled warmly. "My daughter, I am fine." The whole market stared in shock. "Is that not the same old woman? What is happening? Look at her clothes." People whispered everywhere. Mama gently held Uru's hands. "Sit down, my daughter," she said. "Let me tell you everything." The market became quiet as people pretended to mind their business. But they were all listening. Mama took a deep breath. "I was never poor," she said calmly. Uru's eyes widened. "I am the widow of a very wealthy man," Mama continued. "My husband was kind and humble. He helped many people, but he never showed his riches." She paused. "After he died, our only son took his inheritance. He sold our house and land. He thought he took everything and left me. He abandoned me." Some of the women covered their mouths in shock. "For years I lived alone," Mama continued. "No one checked on me. No one cared if I was alive." Uru listened silently, her heart heavy. "I wanted to know if there was still a kind person in this village," Mama said softly. "Someone who would help without expecting anything in return." She looked into Uru's eyes and smiled. "And I found you." Tears filled Uru's eyes. "Thank you for helping me when you thought I had nothing," Mama said. "Thank you for feeding me. Thank you for standing by me." The market women stood silently. Some felt ashamed, some looked away. Mama then held Uru's hands again. "My daughter, I want you and your mother to come and visit me," she said. Uru nodded slowly. She still could not believe what she was hearing. But deep inside she felt something wonderful was about to happen. And that was only the beginning. The market remained silent after Mama finished speaking. No one laughed anymore. No one mocked Uru. The same women who once insulted the old woman now avoided eye contact. Uru still held Mama's hands. Her heart felt warm and confused at the same time. "Mama, you mean you are rich?" she asked softly. Mama smiled. "Yes, my daughter, I am not poor. I only wanted to find someone with a pure heart. Someone who would help me without knowing who I was." Uru did not know what to say. She had never helped Mama because of money. She helped her because she felt pity. Mama continued, "I want you and your mother to come to my house tomorrow. I will send a car for you." The market women gasped quietly. "A car? For Uru?" Uru nodded slow. "Why? Okay, Mama, we will come." Mama gently touched her cheek. "You are a blessing, my child." Then she left the market, leaving everyone in shock. The next morning, a big shiny car stopped in front of Uru's small mud house. Children gathered around. Neighbors peeped through windows. Everyone wondered what was happening. Uru and her mother stepped outside nervously. A well-dressed driver opened the door respectfully. "Good morning. Mama sent me to bring you," he said. Uru's mother looked confused. "My daughter, what is happening?" Uru explained everything quickly. Her mother's eyes filled with tears. "I told you," her mother whispered. "Kindness always returns." They entered the car. For the first time in their lives they rode in such comfort. They held hands tightly, unsure of what waited ahead. The car stopped in front of a large, beautiful house. Tall gates, clean garden, big windows. It looked like a palace. Uru's mother gasped, "Is this where she lives?" Before they could say anything more, the door opened. Mama stepped out, smiling warmly. "Welcome, my family," she said. Family. That word touched Uru deeply. Inside the house, everything was beautiful. Soft chairs, clean floors, sweet-smelling air. Mama asked them to sit. Food was served, real, delicious food they had not eaten in a long time. Uru and her mother felt shy, but Mama encouraged them. "Please eat. This is your home too." After they finished, Mama spoke again. "My daughter," she said to Uru's mother, "you raised a good child. Her heart is pure." Uru's mother lowered her head humbly. "We only taught her to be kind, even when life is hard." Mama nodded. "That kindness saved me. And now, I want to change or lives." Uru looked up quickly. "Mama, you don't have to do anything," she said. "We helped you because it was right." Mama smiled. And I am helping you because it is right. She stood up slowly. I have no one, she continued. My son left me. My relatives only care about money, but you showed me real love. She took Uru's hands again. From today, you and your mother will never suffer again. Tears rolled down Uru's cheeks. Mama continued. I will help you expand your vegetable business into a big shop. You will no longer sit under the hot sun. You will own a proper store. Uru's mother began to cry softly. And you, Mama said to her, will live here with me if you wish. I want this house to feel alive again. The two women were speechless. They had never dreamed of such a life. News spread quickly in Ameuna. People talked everywhere. The old woman is rich. She chose Uru. Now Uru has a big shop. Some people felt happy for her, but many felt regret. Those who once took her goods without paying now felt ashamed. Those who laughed at Mama now felt small. One of the market women came to Uru one day. I'm sorry, she said quietly. We treated you badly. Uru simply smiled. It's okay, she replied gently. I have forgiven you. Her heart had no space for hate. Months passed. Uru now owned one of the biggest vegetable shops in the market. Her shop was clean and organized. Customers came from far away. But even with success, she did not change. She still greeted everyone politely. She still helped the poor. She still gave food to those who had nothing. Mama often visited the shop and sat proudly beside her. You see, Mama would say softly, kindness never goes unnoticed. Uru would smile. At home, life became peaceful. Her mother was happy and healthy. Their small mud house was repaired. They no longer worried about food. But the biggest blessing was not money. It was love. It was respect. It was the joy of knowing that goodness had changed their lives. One evening, as the sun set over the village, Mama spoke gently to Uru. My daughter, never stop being kind. The world may laugh. People may use you. But kindness always finds its way back. Uru nodded with a soft smile. She had lived that truth, in a village where people once ignored pain. One kind heart changed everything. And from that day on, Ameuna slowly became a better place, because of one girl. And one simple act of kindness. Moral of the story: kindness may seem small, but it has great power. Even when no one sees it, heaven does. And one day, it returns in ways you never expect.